I believe that is, yes, December 8th. So I have that ready to go. At least I have a game plan for at least the
Sound drive.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again this week. This is This Chick Budgets. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. I know we had a fantastic family day, lots of good food. We decided to cook my husband's Puerto Rican food. So we had things like arroz con gandules and tostones and all of the goodies that comes along with it. So I hope y'all had a good holiday, and this week we are going over my decision for our last November paycheck and also going over the last November paycheck. I also went ahead and pre-budgeted our December 8th paycheck. I believe that is, yes, December 8th. So I have that ready to go. At least I have a game plan for at least the next week. So we saved money in our last check because we were going to run just a little bit short. So in our last video, I had two scenarios that I made on our Google Sheets paycheck. I mimicked this sheet on Google Sheets in here. Now this is reflective of the November 24th paycheck. However, I had a plan A and I had a plan B. So my plan A was being a little bit conservative in my payments, and I ended up with a balance of $134 that I was going to hold until the November 24th paycheck, because that check does include our mortgage. In the second scenario, column B, I decided to become a little bit more aggressive in some bills and lower in others. So like for our taxes, my plan A was to pay $318. I ended up paying $320. Our low credit card, I had budgeted $200. I actually paid $108. So I was more aggressive in some areas, less aggressive in some, and I ended up holding $155. So playing with both sets of numbers really lets me kind of sit on it, think about it. Things change on a day-to-day basis, especially in your bank account. So this was just a way for me to kind of sit on it a couple days, go back, reevaluate, with a clear head, different set of eyes, and I ended up withholding more money. So that is what is transferring over to the 11/24 paycheck. So in the 11/24 paycheck, because it includes our mortgage, we are less aggressive in other areas, such as our variable expenses and our sinking funds and our extra debt and our extra savings. One paycheck, usually around the first of the month, we're not able to put other money aside. I know that there was a comment in my last video. Actually, it was the Budget With Me video for, I believe it was 11/10. Someone had commented and suggested that I put some of our bills on credit cards to free up more cash flow. And I'm going to explain, rather than typing it out in a comment, on why in some instances that would work for us and others it does not. If we are looking at our monthly spread for November, our mortgage is e-check only. Our Synchrony credit card I have to do through e-check. Our solar is e-check. My car payment is direct transfer, assuming it is at my bank. Our electric does not accept credit cards. Our taxes is through e-check. Our mower loan is through e-check. and our car insurance is e-check. We don't have the luxury of putting a lot of our bills on credit. Unfortunately, I have to make damn sure that we have money in that account. Otherwise, they will keep running it. That has happened in the past with our car insurance. It came literally overnight at the same time as a paycheck. Paycheck went through second, car payment went through first. They bounced it. They waited a whole another 2 weeks just to take it out again, and it screwed our entire budget. I know a lot of people would say, well, if you budget, why did it screw you? It was just an unexpected thing that happened that I'll openly admit I really wasn't paying attention to. I knew that it was due to come out. I didn't double check to see if it came out, and it caught me off guard. So that's how that happened. So a lot of our bills are e-check only. Electric, we cannot change. We are in a co-op. I cannot change that. I have no other choice. Our taxes, we have probably 1.5 years left. That'll go away. And a lot of these other things, I cannot switch to credit card. Even, y'all, I got an email about 1.5 weeks ago, and it was shocking. Shocking because this company is a major, major player in the world of services, if you will. I was not expecting this to happen to a company that big, but our cell phone and internet provider is T-Mobile. T-Mobile, as of December 1st, is no longer going to accept credit cards. This is going to be yet another bill that I have to either pay with a debit or an e-check. So slowly but surely, a lot of the services that we see and that I hear about are eliminating credit card payments or payments with credit cards. But it's concerning. It's concerning a little bit because you don't have as much wiggle room per se, even though it is bad to live on credit. I may or may not get slack for that comment. That's just my opinion. I don't like credit. I do not like it. I hate being in debt to people. It just doesn't sit well with me. So, credit is great. I just don't like to live on it. And I'm seeing a lot of companies pull back from the credit card payments, which I had to take all of our payments off credit cards. Now, one tidbit I do have is I don't know if every bank is the same, but my bank has a feature where if I am not using my cards, any of my cards, credit card, debit, doesn't matter. The minute I'm done using that card, I can go into my app and I can freeze it. So before I even leave the parking lot, my card is already frozen. When I go into the store, I simply log into my app, I unfreeze the app, I'm able to use my credit card, and then I lock it before I leave. That is one added protection that I now implement on all of my cards, including my debit. So that's just my spiel on the whole credit card thing. I did notice that as a huge shock, I guess, because it was T-Mobile. But yes, as of December 1st, T-Mobile will no longer accept credit cards. So I don't have the wiggle room to put things on credit, unfortunately. So I hope that answers that suggestion in my comments. Thank you so much for that suggestion. I have heard a lot of other channels doing it very successfully. It's just not something that's in the cards for me. So my 1124 paycheck does include our mortgage, so you won't see a lot of other savings. Our income was $28.55 this paycheck. We also had a transfer from one of our children to pay one of their bills that is still in our name. So that is basically a wash. It is not income for us. It doesn't go toward anything else but that bill. So that gave us $28.75. That included our mower loan, which is $282. Our storage in a different state is $105. Renter's insurance on that storage is $16. Y'all, I only have this storage for one reason and one reason only. My grandmother was extremely, extremely an important part of my life. And even though it's been 4 years, y'all, it can still choke me up even talking about her. the most amazing lady you would ever meet. The epitome of a lady. And I can't say enough about her. All of her things from her home. So all of their stuff, primarily the vintage stuff. I still have yet to get that out. But that's where this Synchrony credit card came from. This is for brand new tires on my husband's truck. We could not go get the storage unit and cancel our renter's insurance until the truck had new tires. So the payments for this combined, renters and storage, wash with the payment on our Synchrony credit card. So we're paying double right now until we go get this. We plan to do this in the beginning of January. So these two bills in probably February will no longer be in our budget. Then we have our mortgage. Our mortgage is $2,178. I just rounded up every month to $2,100. It helps bring down our principal just a little bit until we can pay off some of our other credit cards and I can really start making chunks. We also have our solar loan, $262, and our buffer of $50. That gives us $2,815. Leftover of $60. I chose to put it in our miscellaneous fund and also for gas and food primarily. We put gas in last week, so that $25 really is any incidentals that we need between now and the 7th, which I don't think there will be. So that gives us a zero balance there. I was able to start our calendar and budget for December. We have 3 pay periods, actually 2 pay periods, because this green one is a remnant of November. I get paid on the 8th, or we get paid on the 8th and the 22nd. Now, what I did was this check to free up more money. I know that the Synchrony credit card and the Amazon credit card are pretty much the only ones that I can pay on the 8th, or, in our orange period. These come out during the green period, which I had disclosed prior that I thought I was going to be low because this is our mortgage paycheck. So I was able to put these to the next paycheck because I really only have bills. I don't have any other big expenses. So this would be our preliminary budget. This is Plan A on my Google Sheet worksheet. And this is where the majority of our bills come out, is mid-month. This is where I get to put in our sinking funds. I get to stock up on food and groceries and fill our freezers. We have 3 freezers. I have 2 deep freezers and a kitchen freezer. Plus we turned an entire spare bedroom when we first moved in into a walk-in pantry. I was able to get storage shelves from Harbor Freight. If you're ever going to do a pantry, just make sure that the shelving you purchase is able to hold a lot of weight. I can and preserve our food, so a shelf can have probably 25 mason jars on it. That is hundreds of pounds of weight. So the more you put on your shelves, you need to make sure that those shelves can withstand what you're putting on it. So I got a lot of our shelving from Harbor Freight. They were rated, I think, like 1,000 pounds per shelf or something like that. And I put wall-to-wall shelving with 2 deep freezers in a spare bedroom that we're not using as our storage. Now, I did go a little bit over. I did maximize our food budget. Now, our food budget typically is $400 to $450. I'm deciding to go with $450 this time. Our youngest son wanted an ice cream bar for Family Day, which to y'all is Christmas, as well as margaritas. So I am going to have an ice cream bar and a margarita bar for all of our kids, which are all over the age of 21, for us to celebrate our Family Day in the next coming weeks, as well as basically fill our gas tanks, get everything that we need to get, because y'all, this is a month. This is our budget for the month, pretty much. As you can see, from December, we have relatively high numbers and then low numbers. The beginning of the month, near our mortgage, we're not going to have as much left over to play with as we do mid-month. So this is going to be our high paycheck. And then our check on the 22nd is going to be an okay paycheck. I do have our mortgage due in this pay period, so I'm gonna play with that next check a little bit. But for the most part, this is going to be 1 month. I was able to put normal amounts away for our sinking funds, totaling $125, and aggressively attack our credit cards. I think my Amazon card is about $1,200 right now. So that $500 is going to be strictly put on principal on top of our $75 minimum payment. Same thing with the two credit cards right here, the mid card and the high credit card. These have two high balances. I think they're over $7,000 each. I decided to be a little bit more aggressive there versus putting it all on the Amazon. Now, Amazon's 24.49% interest, I do believe. I want the majority to go there. But these are still high also at 16 and 19%. I'm sorry, 19 and 11%. I really wanted to attack these because of their high balances being over 7,000. So $100 more on top of our already minimum payments. And then $25 toward our 3-month emergency fund and our pool repair. Pool repair is going to be the bane of my existence, y'all. I never, ever, 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 I stress, ever wanted a pool. It just came with the house. That pool decided that it was going to deteriorate 6 to 7 months, 8 months after we bought this house. It now has more Gorilla Tape than I think Walmart has. We can't keep water in it. The whole liner needs to be replaced. It's about $10,000 to replace it. This is just trying to lessen the blow when that time comes. So the more money we can sock away, the better. Right now, I'm just going very minimal because we have credit card debt to pay off. This is not really high on the priority list. I just keep filling the pool. We don't pay for water. We live on a well. So I have to put water in the pool every darn day. It is annoying. So this is just to help repair our pool later on. So this is our preliminary budget for December 8th. This will change. I sit on my bills or my budgets for a couple days, and if I come up with a new way or new idea, or well, maybe I should put this here, or maybe I can forego this and put it here. Sometimes my ideas don't come all at once, and it just takes a little bit of thought, walking away, coming back a couple days later with fresh eyes, redoing it all, and coming up with a more aggressive approach. So this is my plan A. I'm gonna sit on it for a little while and come up with a plan B, which I do use my Google Sheets to do. I have plan A and plan B so that I can kind of play with the numbers and not muck up my book. So there's that. So we just went over our finalization of the November 10th budget. I decided to withhold $155. This is the budget that we just paid. Came down to a zero budget. Now morphing into December 8th, which is coming up. This is the preliminary budget that I have started. So I hope all of this really, really helped you out, gave you some different ideas, give you an overview on kind of what I'm doing and my thought process behind it all. I hope this helps and inspires you. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for watching. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel and help me grow. I would greatly appreciate you. I was greatly amazed at all of the comments that I received. They were so wonderful, and they really did make me smile. They made my day and definitely was the motivation for this video. And that is amazing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So yes, I hope you all have a safe couple of weeks leading up to this holiday. Please be safe. I pray you all stay in budget. And until next time.